didn't ask me if that was okay, or like when I wanted to go to, Costco with him, he wanted to take her but didn't want me to go. Like shit like that. Like, or just little shit. It's just like, yeah, I understand that you're trying to be a stepfather, or you're trying to be a father, or she trying to be a mother. Like one time during prayer, Jordan, she's a little baby, she's a kid, and so she kind of was laughing because the dog, y'all see the dog is rolling around, is doing whatever it wants to do. So she starts laughing, or she starts doing whatever, and then I hear her making side comments calling my daughter fucking embarrassing. So one night I didn't say nothing. I kept it to myself. He asked me what's wrong. I told him what's wrong. She getting mad at me for talking to my husband about how I felt.
Okay, wait. Just a wait a fucking minute.
So they
Now,
calling me they calling me all kind of shady fake ass bitches, whoopie whoop,
hold
because
on.
I confided in him about something I was feeling and not her.
Hold on now, sister. Yeah, sister.
Okay, so I know it sounds very unbelievable. It sounds very unbelievable, J baby. However, this is how men treat Muslim women and their children.
I get it.
This
I get
is
it, sister. But I get it. I
yes.
get it.
So
But
the stories are
I'm trying to fix.
true.
Sister,
Go
sister,
ahead.
hold on, Sister Casey Clark. Hold on. Because
No,
sister,
go
I know
ahead.
you take your faith serious, but we cannot question this man's intent or where his faith is. Because at
No,
this point,
I
I don't give a fuck
know.
about that.
No, I
No, Dre
understand that.
baby,
I'm
she
not
telling
saying that he's right. No. You're getting it misconstrued. Hold on a second.
No, I know what you're saying about the
I'm
parameters
not
of
saying that
Muslim
he's
community.
right. What I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is that the way he's manipulating the situation is very extreme. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
I know what
saying.
you.
People
That's
are
what I'm saying.
saying like,
But
yeah.
that's
So
why I'm
that's all
trying
I'm
to get
saying. So
right.
I'm not going against what you're saying.
Yeah. No,
I just
that's what I'm
wanted to
saying,
put
sister.
some
I know about it.
clarification
I
on
know what
there.
you're saying, sister. Yeah, I hear you. But that's why I'm trying to make sure I'm getting what I'm processing right. Okay.
okay.
Right. It
So
is shocking. It's very shocking.
yeah. Okay. So sister. Okay, wait. So okay, because the fuck this sounds like fucking grooming. I'm not being fucking funny, and I'm not trying to be cute no more. But this sounds a little bit like this shit sounds weird. If I'm being all the way honest, wanting to take this out without your
It's gonna
say
get
so.
weirder, Dre. It's gonna get weirder,
Okay,
Dre.
okay. So just I'm listening to
You
you.
might
Go
want
ahead,
to
sister.
change your wig because your wig gonna get sweaty.
Okay, well go ahead, sister. Tell us your story. I don't want to interrupt you, but I got a little. Go ahead.
Wait, so what was the question? So what we
I was saying about the parameters of him, the wife, and your child. What talk to us about that? What was that about? How was the dynamic?
So yeah, I mean, so they were nice to her overall. They were nice to her overall. Thank you, Story. They were nice to her overall, but there were some things where it was just like, she's a child. I felt like they didn't really, they like, when she was, the first week, she would not stop crying. She wouldn't stop crying. She missed home. She saw how I was, she saw how I was reacting. She saw how I was, hurt and crying, and she seen all of that. So it was kind of like, okay, she would cry too, and she would cry to go home to her grandma. She would cry to, I want to go back home. I want to go back to California. I miss, she would talk about our older. I miss my, my old home. And so I think that that was maybe discouraging or whatever. I don't know. But that's when you stop seeing her on live. That's when you kind of stop seeing her on live, like more and more and more. You didn't really see her on live no more. But he never had a conversation with me about my child being on live. Even though she would just hop on the camera, it was like, like we never had no conversation about certain things or whatever. And then it became well, she can't wear that. My daughter has a lot of, Adidas sweatsuits, and I got rid of a lot of things. Before I came to fit the weather. And it was more so, okay, oh, nah, she can't wear that on live. She can't wear that on live. I'm not about to have her, you see how they, how they ridicule me, white refrigerator, woo woo. She can't wear that on live. So it was just like, well, okay, it's just like everything that I did down to the way I dressed my daughter was wrong. Everything was wrong. Everything.
Sister, I gotta stop you because I'm getting overwhelmed. So, do, she's a child. What was the tone like with him and her? What was the tone? Like I need to hear. Like was it like what was the tone? Because
The
okay, to be
more and
honest,
more, the more and more she would say that she wanted to go back home. I guess maybe subconsciously he was feeling rejected or that she wasn't happy, and that's when he was more and more like aggressive or more and more like with her. And the last time that the day that I left, he did not tell you to fucking woo woo woo. It was like that day, and that was the first and the last time he will ever cuss at my child.
hold the fuck up. Put some pep in it. Nail sister. Nail sister. Whoa. Okay. 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 Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay, sister.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
It seemed like he was getting louder and louder with her. It seemed like he was getting louder and louder. And she only really called my baby fucking embarrassing one time, and that was the last time.
Okay. Okay. So, sister, you were there for not a month. You were there for a few weeks. What have you? Whatever the case may be.
Not even two
Um.
weeks.
Not even 2 weeks. So we seen him building stuff and buying stuff. He wanted to control the. He wanted to be in control of the situation with your child. What made you agree? What made you feel comfortable? Like it was some type of comfortability you had to where so she was able to go to school with him, or she
The
was
things
able
that I
to.
agreed with, the things that I agreed with regarding my child was, making sure her diet is up to par, making sure that she has a schedule for school, making sure that she's learning her Arabic, making sure she's not getting as much screen time, TV time. Those are the things that I agreed with. So, as far as parenting, we actually have some things in common regarding just the curriculum, the strictness of the child having a schedule, things like that. So I actually agreed with that part as far as just her curriculum and her day-to-day activity. I didn't see anything wrong with what he
Right.
wanted for her and his intention as far as her learning. So I had no problem with that.
Me being personal privy to some stuff with his personal life. And I think you have a little bit of insight as well. But what made you think he was fit or even someone to take heed from knowing his circumstances with his own children? How do we get to understand that?
Because he made it seem like the reason why he didn't have a relationship with his children was because of his baby mothers. Later on, I found out that the reason why he didn't have a relationship with his children is because I guess he said that he told his baby mama that his one of his sons was the Messiah. It was something like that, like, oh, one of his sons was the Messiah, that's why he couldn't see him. I don't really know. I don't really want to speak on his other children because I never met them. I don't want to speak on his kids.
Okay, but I mean, right, okay, right, right. Okay,
But the
so,
reason why I was comfortable bringing my child around is because of his zeal for God, his day-to-day activities. It don't seem like he doing anything really wrong on live. It don't, and what he told me was that, yeah, he couldn't see his kids because of his baby mamas. So
mm,
it was kind of like that, and that he was praying to see his kids one day, and that my intention was to help him get his kids back one day. So it was like that.
okay,
It
so,
was like that.
okay, so, walk us through now. Go ahead with the story, sister. You were, I'm hearing about him and the dynamic with the wife with the daughter. The wife said that your daughter was what?
I'm sorry.
You said that the wife said your daughter was an embarrassment.
Yeah, because they're praying on live, so it was just like a lot of pressure to have the prayers together, and there's a dog running around, so my child would get distracted. So it was just like, her, like, I don't know if y'all ever watched us pray, but it's very militant, it's just very a lot, and she's 5 years old. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So, Okay, you didn't want her on live, and he was telling you that you need to listen to him, and you were okay because you were listening to what he was saying and what Nairobi was saying. What I'm sorry, I want to mess my, I'm keep talking about her name, but you was listening to what they were saying.
The best that I could. It wasn't good enough, but the best that I could. The best that I
Oh,
could.
okay,
The
so
best that I
with
could. I gave I
so
gave I gave my effort.
okay, so you have a child. Okay, so was she able to run around? Was she able to go in the refrigerator? Was she able to eat what she wanted to eat? What was that like when
No.
she wanted to eat?
No. When I would feed my child when she was hungry, he would tell me that she eats too much. That gluttony is a sin in Islam that she that she don't that she eats too much. That she eats too much. That she eats like a 30-year-old man, which was a lie.
So okay, okay. So not only did you had to adjust her wardrobe. What was it safe for her to wear?
His plan was to, go shopping and to get her designer and to, I don't know, I guess front. I don't really know.
So okay, as far as the eating, how
Uh,
did you adjust her eating?
Turn it to a new video because I can't hear it. Go ahead.
So with the eating, how did you adjust her eating habit? Did you adjust
Yeah,
it
I
at some
yelled at her and told her to get out of the camera because he was telling me that he didn't want her on live with the clothes that I had on her back. That he was telling me that I'm a bad mother, that I don't have no control over her, that she don't listen to me. He was telling me all this stuff.
Okay, so you yelled at her to
What?
get off
I
the camera.
pause
So
that. Put on
to get
another video, please. Do not play that again, okay? Put on a new video. Not
so
a video, but record something else.
so
Go ahead.
at this point, are you getting parental advice from her? Is her dad around? Were you comfortable with? Do you have a banter with her dad?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. So you're a single parent. You was doing your own. Okay,
I was in a
so
relationship. No, I was in a relationship with a man
right,
that was with us, and she was 2 years old, and he was her father.
her dad. Okay, I did figure. So what was what was the response from your child? I'm pretty sure she was uncomfortable with the whole not being able to eat what she wants. So how did y'all amend?
All of the discipline and all of that, she wanted to go home.
Okay, so you saying she was crying. So what was the
You can
temperament like?
record videos. Do not play the videos that you already had, okay? So
So what
do
was the
not play the videos you already made. Record new videos because it's playing feedback and I can't hear. Do you understand, Jordan? Okay, so make a new video now. Thank you.
so what
Hello?
was the temperament like when she was eating? Would he correct her then and there? Was this like a behind the scenes, or how did it?
He would talk to me about it. Or when she would ask, so when she was asking for food, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Okay, so I'm turning off the tablet now. So you gonna complain or I'm gonna take the tablet away? So he would come to me and she eats too much and he would, so it was just like that.
Okay, and this is a 6, 7 year old we talking about.
Why y'all saying abusive mother? Ain't nobody abused my child. What you talking
Sister,
about?
don't you read on your great mom, sister. Do not feed into that. Do not feed into that. And if anything make you feel uncomfortable,
Okay, turn it
just
down,
say
please. Thank
stop,
you.
girl, because we are not doing that. And mute the people that saying anything about her mothering. Please, this is not what we're doing. Please, if you're not going to be uplifting, this ain't the time. Okay, so okay, so when this was all transpiring, you said you would take the food from her just to oblige your husband and being within the community because you did say you
No,
wanted her to eat right.
I didn't take the food from her. What I would do was I would just change what I was feeding her. So instead of giving her, leftovers or, because it's a vegetarian household, so he would have like frozen vegan corn dogs or frozen vegan mini bites or just stuff for kids, like frozen vegan
Yeah.
chicken nuggets. And he would get upset, or like one day I wanted to make her a grilled cheese. He was like, no, no grilled cheese in my household, like shit like that. Like, so it
Okay,
was just
so
like, okay.
Okay, so
So,
you were under the notion that okay, I'm doing this, but it's kind of helping because it's healthy things that he wants to put upon her.
but I was giving her healthy foods in between. Like there's a lot of fruit in the house, oranges, bananas,
Right.
stuff like that. So I was just
Okay.
choosing to give her those things in the morning more so. And then lunchtime, a corn dog, or some chicken nuggets or whatever. And then for dinner, it's whatever's being cooked. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
But
So,
but according to him, she was eating too much.
okay, she was
And
eating too much.
that he didn't want, and this is when he was criticizing my weight, saying that she's not going to be fat like you, basically, like that.
Mm,
My daughter's father is 6'4" and skinny. Like my daughter is not going to be fat regardless.
and if she was, girl, is a fucking child. So, during this time, where is she at? Is she hearing this? Is Nairobi hearing this? Where everybody at? Because
Yeah,
y'all, you think
he
you're
he
supposed to.
he didn't have no filter. He would say it wherever. It didn't matter where she was, where he was. It didn't matter. And
So
then
she
when
was
he
using.
said, she's like, I'm hungry, and he's like, so I don't care if you're hungry, go drink water. It was like that. But this is after she had already probably ate an hour or two ago. But you know how kids are. They're playing, they're thinking, so they get hungry. They just get hungry. And I don't know if maybe he don't remember how kids are, but that's how kids are. They get hungry. Like I guess in
And
Islam, you don't feed kids whenever they're hungry. I don't know. I never heard of that before. I never
but
heard of that.
regardless, this has nothing to do with faith right now, baby. We way past faith with him at least. So when she would do that, what was her reaction? Was she sad? Was she crying? What was the temperament like? Where was Nairobi? What was she doing? What was everybody role?
Whenever it had anything to do with my child, even though she talking about it's our daughter, whenever it had anything to do with my child, it was my mistake. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was my ridicule. I'm the bad mother. I'm the this.
Okay, and when she eat wrong or she did something wrong, was there any punishment? Was there from these? What was the rules for your daughter?
So new rules were being established every day. Like as we were getting down to a schedule, we didn't really get to really. But the on the last maybe the last week, the rule was that she had to learn Quran for the first hour of the day, and then after that, she can have her time with ghosts or things like that. But she really wasn't able to run around in the house because, of course, he's live streaming downstairs. It's a lot of noise upstairs. So I really had to like kind of. It was snowing a lot, so I couldn't let her in the backyard. So she was really in her room a lot. She was really in her room most of the
Oh,
2 weeks that I was there, and it was really like sad for me. I really wanted her to be around the house, but there's no furniture, so it's just like my baby was literally in her room for the first 2 weeks, like literally. And so
okay,
when I would go in the room with her and spend more time with her, it was a problem because then it was then, oh, so you're not doing your duties as a wife, or oh, you're not helping your sister wife. Like it was a problem if I was spending too much time with my child. If I was spending too much time, like it was
okay.
just too much.
So you weren't able to spend time with your child. So where was he at, or where was she at? Where were they at?
He was either downstairs on live, or she was in the kitchen cooking, or she was on live, or she was working. So it was
So you
okay
were
for me to spend time, but it was just like it was okay for me to spend time with Jordan, but it's just like if I wanted to be in there all day, or if I wanted to like, just specifically spend time on her curriculum or nothing like that, that would interfere with the time that I'm supposed to be learning how to cook his meals, or learning how to, or spending time with her, or going to the store, or whatever he needed for his meal that day. So it was just like it was hard managing prayer times, his eating schedule, the cleanups, her schedule, my and then once my weight became a problem, it was okay, you need to have a workout schedule. And so it was just all of that. It was just all of that. Like it was times where I didn't get in the bed until midnight, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like y'all didn't see me. They was live, I wasn't.
so she was
So
behind the scenes learning how to cook and for his meals for sake and clean. Now,
while they
as
were
of
saying that I'm sitting down not doing anything while she's cooking. I'm actually watching her cook, and then I'm cleaning up. And the only time that I didn't do anything was the day that I started my period. That was it. So
Okay.
I don't know.
So, as a mom, as a wife now, when did it become too much far as the regulations and the rules and everything with your daughter? When did it become a bit too much for you?
When they started saying, okay, this is where it's gonna start getting weird, Dre.
Sure. No, take your time, baby. You know, it's already been weird. Pretty much now.
No, it's about to get weirder.
Go ahead, sister. Talk to us. Tell us
This is what this was the deal breaker for me.
Okay.
This was the deal breaker for me. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
So y'all already know that he claims to be the Messiah, the second coming of Jesus. He truly believes that he is the prophet of God. He truly believes that he is the second coming of Jesus. One morning, he goes into the bathroom. He calls me in the bathroom. He's talking to me, and we're talking about my weight again. You're the prophet's wife. You know, one day you might have to kill somebody. You know, one day you might have to, we might have to go to war.
Hold on,
He talked
sister.
about,
Hold it. Hold that part. We're not getting no more further unless we get some maces and make sure your CA is nice and stuffed. Oh, hell to the nah. We ain't about to do that. We need some maces to make sure your CA is checked. Oh, hell to the nah. Oh, hell nah. Run me up, maces, vows, treasures, trophies. Maces, vows, treasures, and trophies. I ain't working for free. I got a quota. Come on, y'all. Don't run me down, run me up. Shit. She about to get good. Oh, hell no. Tap your bag, Sister Casey. Tap your bag. Thank y'all. Run it up. Run Miss Casey up too, y'all. She helping our sister out. Run Casey up. Thank you. Can I get a trophy? Can I get a trophy? Girl, now I had to kill somebody. Jesus, take the wheel. Girl, now I'm about to hit to kill somebody. What the fuck? He went too far. Okay, hold on, sister. Here we go. You unmuted, sister. Let me unmute you. There you go.
okay, so this is not for clout. This is my real life. I'm
Sister, don't
literally
worry
in
about them
Michigan.
haters.
Hold on, let
Don't
me
worry
just
about
finish what I'm saying. Let me just say what I'm saying. I know a lot of y'all had helped me and y'all cashed at me to get here, but since this interview, I've only got $12. And I'm just saying I'm not here for money and all that stuff, but I've only gotten $12 since I've been here. So if y'all need the I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out of Michigan. Do y'all not understand that? I'm
Wait,
trying
so
to get
hold
out of
on.
Michigan.
Okay, put it across the thing. Because I'm saying you did get a few before that though, Sissy, because I know I make sure I definitely
Yeah.
fix you up.
But
You def-
we got 5,000 people. I need everybody to send $1. Like real shit. Cause
oh,
that could be the nail breaker to get me home. Like I need $1 from everyone in this room. Like I need $1 from everyone in this room if it's possible.
okay, so,
Like
so
real
we
shit.
I'm definitely out. So that's not don't even get too deep into that.
This
Worry
is
about
a
that.
surprise,
So
mommy.
we still got you. Um uh yeah, okay, so don't get distracted by that. Girl, because if
No,
you let me
I'm
think.
not. I'm just
We
saying.
got
Okay,
we
so
got we
this
got
is the thing that was the deal breaker, Dre. You ready? Y'all all need
yes.
to kind of take a breath. Cause this is about to get sad. No, no, no. I'm not talking about the people that already did. I appreciate y'all. I'm talking about thank
But
y'all.
thus far,
Okay.
Shema, thus far being here.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
got
sister.
new people up in here too. Okay, so anyway, um, wait, what? Thank y'all, thank y'all. Okay, so the deal breaker for me was when he said when he thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. He told me, yeah, like you basically one day you need to lose weight because one day you might have to be at war. One day you might have to kill somebody. One day because I'm the prophet, you the prophet's wife, da 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 da. So while he was working, Jordan, come in here now. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you.
I want it on the
Okay, go ahead, Jordan. Go. So, I went up to her. She was in the kitchen. I'm talking about Nakabi. She was in the kitchen, and we were just talking or whatever. And I asked her. I said, "Yeah, I thought it was. I've been thinking about this all day." And he's like, yeah, one day you might have to, kill somebody. Boo, 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 right? And she started talking about how he's the Dajjal and stuff like that. And she asked me, said, so, you believe that, he loves me more than you, right? And I was like, yeah. He said, well, according to the story of the Dajjal, that because he loves me more, and let's just say you got pregnant by him.
Is it okay if I can watch PJ Masks?
Yes, it's okay. Um, he said that she said that because he loves me more, that based on the story of Dajjal, if you had a son, that he would honor your son and he would sacrifice my son. And I said, huh? He said, yeah, if me and you both had a son, that he would sacrifice my son and honor your son. I said, what? And I was trying
Oh,
to understand what she was saying to me. She was saying to me that if she had a son, that he would sacrifice her son. I put that on everything I love. And I started crying. I said, sis, are you serious? I started crying. I said, what? I said, how you feel about that? She said, I already knew. I already know. I had to be the first wife because I already knew that. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. This is what this lady told me. This is the day that I left. This is the day that I left.
okay.
This is the day that I left.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that same day, I don't know whoever was in his lecture that morning, he was talking about that and I missed it. I was asleep.
Okay.
That he would sacrifice her son because he loved her more and would honor my son. Mind you, this is after this nigga already nutted in me. This is after that. You think I would have allowed him to do that to me?
Okay. Wait.
That's
Okay.
the day that I left.
Let's download this because this is a lie. This is a lie. Okay. So y'all was clearly having raw sex and everything like that. I'm saying I don't want to get to it. And thank you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
ancient America. So you saying basically if she was to get pregnant and conceive a boy, and you were to get pregnant and conceive a boy, he would then I guess what have you. I don't want to say sound too vulgar. In other words, he would abandon her child for your child's sake.
Because
Okay.
he loved her more.
Okay. What did she further explain why? Was this a part of a bigger
Because
picture?
of the story of the Dajjal, because of the story of who he claims to be. He claims to be the Antichrist.
Oh, okay. Okay, so did you have any dialogue with him about this? Was this just how did we get here? How were y'all talking about this? How did y'all get?
I was just asking the question because this was a lecture that he had that morning that I had missed. I missed that lecture. I was asleep or whatever I was doing. He had brought it up when he went to the bathroom that day, but he was talking in riddles and I didn't understand what he was saying, so I went to her to ask what that meant, and that's what she told me.
Okay, and you didn't want to ask him because you were why? Why didn't you just ask him what did this mean? Was he rattling?
Because
Was
I
he just
already had it in my
trolling?
mind. I was like, hell no. Like I was already like, hell no. I was already
So
like,
I'm saying
hell no.
you didn't take this as him trolling. You didn't take this as him not
No. He don't
what
troll. This is who he is. This is who
okay.
he is. He believes that he is the Antichrist.
Okay. So you asked her, what did he mean? You asked Nairobi that.
Yes.
And what did you ask her? What did he mean by this?
I said, what did he mean by this when he said that, we gonna have to kill somebody one day, or that, I was just like asking like, what is that? And then that's that was the last thing we talked about before I started crying and all that stuff. Like, it was weird. It was weird. Like, what you mean you gonna let him sacrifice your baby for what? Like what? And in the bathroom before that, but the last thing I said to him was like, I'm gonna die behind my child. I'm gonna die behind my child. He told me that thought process was wrong. He said I need to change that, change my mindset.
Okay, so did she have a problem with it, or what was her reaction?
She was like, it was meant to be this way. Trust in Allah. It's meant to be this way. Like, it didn't affect her at all. Like, I was literally crying my eyes out. Like, literally, like, that was it for me. That was it for me. What you mean you gonna sacrifice your firstborn? Like, what? Oh,
Okay,
didn't Abraham didn't then he started talking about how all the other prophets before him, Allah asked them to sacrifice and da 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 da. Then he started talking about having faith in Allah. That if Allah asked him to get in the middle of the street right then, that he would do it. Like, shit like that. So it was just like a lot of weird shit. It's just like, is this faith or is this like, what is this? It was just like sacrificing babies. We not like, no. Like, what you mean? What you mean we sacrificing babies now? It was weird.
okay, so everything that was led up to him doing or saying what he said, well, not doing, but saying what he said about the sacrificing was not enough for you to leave before.
No, that was the day that I packed my shit.
No, I'm saying everything that transpired before that was not enough. It was when he
No, it
said,
that was my deal breaker, but I definitely had like I already was feeling like I wasn't going to be there, but I was trying to be a wife. Like, I was trying to get it right. I did not want my marriage to fail. I did not I figured, Jordan would, we would get the schedule together. She would, and she was getting happier. Like, I felt like my daughter, she was adjusting. And I'm looking at things and I'm like, okay, it's getting better. He's starting not to yell as much anymore. Like, it was getting better. Me and her were getting closer. Like, it just seemed like everything was good. It just seemed like it. But at the same time, it was just like little stuff I was seeing, like like shit in the bedroom, or just little stuff. It was just like I never felt like he liked me like that. Like, it was cool, like he would smile at me every now and then, but it was just like it just like no affection for real, no kisses on the lips like that, like at all, like hugs. I had to ask for hugs, and they were like, it was just
okay,
it
so,
just it just wasn't a relationship. It was just like I was his wife's assistant. That's what it felt like.
okay, now, being so you open the door, I mean, I don't want to be too personal. If you ever get uncomfortable, just let me know, or if it gets too personal. So y'all all slept together. I'm pretty sure because that's y'all all are married. Y'all all have
Yeah, we
certain
slept
things.
together. We slept in the same bed.
Was it within the parameters of your faith that you felt comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so when did it become uncomfortable? Because you just spoke on a little bit like certain things in the bedroom and kissing and hugging. When did it become not this not right?
Well, it was uncomfortable. It became uncomfortable for me in the beginning before I got there, when he told me that she was gonna want to watch. Because yeah, I've had, let's be honest, experiences before, but I never identified myself as a lesbian. I never identified myself as that. But I've had vicarious experiences before. And when I told them that, they immediately started calling me gay. They immediately started saying I like women. They immediately started calling me gay. So it was just like, okay, whatever, whatever. I was trying to be comfortable because I knew that we were gonna, that she was a lesbian before. And so I was trying to be comfortable in the bedroom situation.
May
And
I
that is
interject? May I
go
interject?
ahead.
So I don't know too much about the Muslim faith. I know that the Quran or uh, it doesn't suggest polygamy. I know I don't. don't quote me or correct me when I'm wrong. The Muslim faith, it doesn't suggest it suggests being monogamous, but not polygamy. But one can have a man can have more than one wife, up to four or what have you. Um, so was your depiction of it that the woman had to be uh, a lesbian? What was your depiction of it? Like, did you have to do stuff with her?
I felt like once he told me that a couple days before I had to move there, that that's what it was given, like that I had to do stuff with her or that I had to be okay with her watching or whatever, whatever. And so, once I started practicing Islam again, you know, even like way before then, like all my experiences with women were when I was in my early 20s. I hadn't had any experiences with women. I never been in no relationship with no woman. So when he told me that, I kind of tried to like tap back into that because when I asked him if it was halal, permissible in Islam, he told me that in the Quran it says to come as you are in the bedroom. So I believed him when he said that it wasn't haram. I believed him. So in my mind, I was already that, and this is another reason why I was nervous because I assumed that once we all, were in the bed together, that it was gonna be popping, like it was gonna be like that. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like
Okay,
that at all.
okay. So you were forced to do stuff with her, and also for her to watch.
I was not forced to do anything. I was not forced to
Okay,
do anything sexually.
okay.
He did
So
not
you
force me to do anything sexually. No, he did not force me to do anything sexually. No, he did not.
okay. So you were asked to watch, or just this is what he likes.
Right.
Okay. So
This is
what
what
did
he likes.
okay? So in the bedroom, was it uncomfortable? Was it what was it? What was it like? Like, was it uncomfortable? Was it
It was it was me being just kind of quirky, just kind of like, trying to not be shy about shit. Um, because for me it's like when me getting married, I wanted to at least my first time with my husband to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like so I can get to know my husband. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted to have my first time with my husband just me and him. I didn't want another person in the bedroom. But since it was tricky for me. It was like it's her house. He's comfortable with her. He's still warming up to me, and it was just like I kind of just dealt with the cards that I was given. But had he asked me, do you feel like it was just like, okay, well, like ask me, shit, my first time with my husband would have been me and my husband.
Mhm.
So it was kind of like I had to just accept like I just kind of accepted what was given to me like that.
So you, him, and her did something on your first night, without
If you
you
need
wanting
anything,
to
I'll give this to
necessarily.
No,
you.
we hadn't. We he did
If
not
you
have.
need anything, I'll give this to you.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, do you need anything?
Nope, I don't need anything. Thank you.
Okay.
But no, the first night we did not have sex. We did not have sex the first night. We did not have. We didn't. We didn't.
So the attraction you felt, was it there with him with you? Did you feel like you were sexy, or did you feel like this man wants me in lust?
After a while, I stopped. I stopped. I would go to bed in fear of God's sweatsuits. Like I wasn't. I wasn't there to like when I first got there. I wasn't trying to fuck on the first night. Like I wasn't trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just, and every day, my attraction and my feelings just kind of like, I was sad. I was sad. I was sad. I was sad. So it's just like, after a while, it's just like, okay. But then he was still complaining that I wasn't putting in no effort because I just wasn't feeling it. Like I wasn't feeling it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, but then once he started complaining, and then that's when I started, okay, well, let me just, wear little short shorts around the house. Let me, put on my little leggings or whatever, because he started to complain about it. He started to say that I was walking around the house like a fat boy. He would say shit like that to me in my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable. Like, I wear like gallery. I wear fucking Fear God sweatsuits. Like I'm from LA. I'm from LA where I don't even wear socks. So I'm coming to a whole fucking snow state. You know, I'm coming with hoodies. Like I'm coming with designer hoodies and shit. So it was just like he was complaining about that oh yeah, you look like a fat boy and blah 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 blah. So it's just like, yeah, my baby got on Adidas. Like what you talking about? Like I'm not gonna buy my daughter designer when she gets paint and shit all over her clothes. Like y'all sound dumb. Anyway, so yeah, so it was like that.
Okay, so in the bedroom, what was you satisfied? How many times did y'all do stuff together?
We only had intercourse once, one time. That one time he nutted in me, and then those other times, like it was a lot of times where he wouldn't fuck either one of us. That he was just getting head from us. That's it.
Okay. So were you satisfied or were you uncomfortable? Did you want more?
It got to the point where I was asking her to fuck. It was like that. It was like it got to the point where I was asking her to do stuff because it was just like there was nothing going on with him.
Was neither one of y'all?
Like she would literally give him head till he nutted, and then he would get up to go live.
Okay. Okay. So did you and the whitehead talks about this?
Yeah, she told me he can't kiss and some more shit.
He can't kiss. What you mean can't kiss? Like he didn't know how to or he didn't want to?
Can't.
Okay. 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 So did y'all wind up being intimate, you and the wife, just out of the sake of wanting intimacy?
Nah.
Okay. So did you ever bring it up to him like, hey, this is I want more, I want anything? Did you ever stand up to this?
To the sex part.
Yeah.
Nah, because I was afraid. And then he was gonna start. Yo, yeah, you never wonder why you rejected. Have you seen your body? Like that's when it was like on your body. Like it was just like your body, your body. Your body has potential, but woo woo woo. It was just like he made me feel like, oh, I couldn't. He wasn't gonna fuck me unless I lost 10 pounds. Like shit like that. Like oh, you get rewarded for what you do. Like shit like that. Like if I stood up right now, y'all would be like, are you serious? Dre, if I stood up right now and showed y'all my body, I'm not going to. I'm a Muslim woman, but if I showed y'all
No,
right now,
yeah.
y'all be like, "Are you serious?"
We,
You be like, "Are you
you're
serious?"
beautiful, girl. It's not about you, clearly. So talk a little bit about, did you feel like he was attracted to either one of y'all?
I know for a fact I'm not his type, and she know for a fact she not his type.
What would you think his type is?
Strippers,
He
like
likes
the
strippers.
girls with the veneers and the BBLs and the, like he likes very much so Ari Fletchers and the, you feel me? Like he
How do you
likes
know
those
that?
type of women.
Was he bragging about them? How you know?
Yeah, he talk about all the time about the bitches that he could get. I could get any bitch I want. Woo 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 woo. Y'all saw the bitches that's in my videos. Woo 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 woo. Yeah, he was attracted to our money, the money that we had. Period.
Well, there was some scutterbutt or some gossip, I would say, about men, trans women. Did you ever feel threatened in that aspect of what you may have heard, or if you never heard it, or anything like that? Were you aware of anything?
Of what, gays? Of him and gays? Nah.
Or trans women, or anything?
Did I hear or did he say that he was attracted to them? No.
Okay. So, you never heard that ever?
No, I heard he had a situation with a trans before, but never with a gay man. Never.
You heard it from him, or you heard it just gossip?
From him.
That he had relations with a trans woman,
That he sucked a titty.
and he told you this.
He told the world this. He said it on his live.
No, I'm saying in intimate conversation, did he have this conversation with you? Did you ask?
Yeah, with us. Yeah, we was talking about what we liked, what kind of porn we like to watch, well, what we used to watch before we was Muslim, and that was the conversation that he
And
said because
he
I said because he was calling me gay for having situations with women, and then I said, well, are you gay because you suck the tranny like that you suck? Sorry, excuse me, y'all. Sorry that I said that word. That
no,
you
you're fine. There's no political correction over here. Go ahead, take your time. Go ahead.
that you did this with the trans that is like no because I didn't know she was trans. Okay, well that was that conversation.
Okay, so you had no inkling he was attracted to trans or gays,
No.
to your knowledge. Okay, moving on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your physical abuse. You said you were physically violated or something to that
Yes,
degree. Talk
I
to us a little bit
was.
about that, if you don't mind, because that's a touchy topic. Were you physically violated?
I was violated the day that okay go back. I was violated the day that he had a problem with me sleeping with my child. He had a problem with me. It was nights where I would feel rejected and I would just go in the room with my child, and he had a problem with that. He had a problem with that because one, we were trying to break my child out of a bad habit, but two, he felt like because I'm married I should be in the bed with him. So in the middle of us trying to, my daughter was, she was missing home and she was very emotional and things like that. I just wanted to comfort her as much as possible. So there was nights where I would stay in the bed with her a little longer and he would have a problem. So there was this one night that he came in the room and he saw me sleeping with my child. He started to, he didn't yell just yet, but he has a way of talking to you without yelling at you, but he's pissed off. It was just like that, very sternly. And so it got to the point where I came out of the room. I came out of the room and then we started talking and then he grabbed my neck. He was telling me something about my motherhood and I was just like, I disagree. I just kept saying it. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. And I was looking him dead in his face. I disagree. And then he just grabbed me by my neck and banged my head up against the wall. And he had his hand on my neck. And then he did it again and banged my head up against the wall. And I just dead eyes just looked him dead in his face and I mugged him like I kind of G'd up like that, like whatever. I kind of tightened my neck. And then once he saw me G up, he cocked his head back and headbutted me like straight up. And then that's when I went into the crying and I'm sorry and I was trying to get him to stop and I was just trying to get him to stop and I started to pray. I was like, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. And then that's when he stopped. That's when he stopped. And then I guess he went. This was the night that he nutted in me. So the night that this is the night that he had sex with me. So that's when I stayed. I couldn't move. I was up against the wall in the living room. I couldn't move. And then I guess he went inside the room and he started talking to Nakabi. And later on, I found out she told me that he asked her, "What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Should I give her dick now? Like, what should I do?" And she was just like, "Yeah, give her dick now," like that. And so he pulled me into the room. Mind you, I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying. He pulls me into the room, and then that's when he had sex with me. That's the night that he nutted in me. And then he was telling me, yeah, I told you, arguing turns me on like that. So I was, it was like, it was confusing because we had just had sex. So I was just like, what? But my forehead was sore. And it was just like a whole lot. It was just a whole lot. Like, I
He
didn't know
hit
how to
your
deal with
head
that.
in the basement wall? Cause what wall? Like,
No, we were in the living room. We were in like a dining room, like by the rooms.
and where was your child at, beautiful?
She was in her room sleeping.
Okay, and you were screaming at this point. Did you wake up at any point? Like,
No, she never woke up. I wasn't screaming. I was crying like loudly. Like I wasn't screaming. I was just like I was just like trying to get him to stop or just trying to get him to back up.
and where was Nairobi? What was she doing?
She was in the room in the bed.
She was woke.
She was awake.
And
Mommy, here, this is for you.
to your knowledge, did
Thank
she
you.
hear any of this?
It's the prize.
Yeah, she heard it. She heard it all.
And this was, how far along are we in the house by now?
This was the first week for sure.
Okay, and you were there for 2 weeks?
Yeah, tomorrow would have been 2 weeks.
Okay. So he attacks you because of your mothering skill. How did the conversation came about when she was asleep? So this wasn't something that was in the moment. Y'all had a conversation that led up.
He just had been telling me he can't. I'm on the phone. No. Can you take off your shoes?
I just got.
How about we do this, babe? How about you make your videos over here?
Me?
There you go. Okay.
Now I can see everything from here. God.
I'm not gonna lie. That night, the day leading up to that,
Take off my shoes.
I can't tell you what led up to that, but I just know what triggered him was me being in the bed with my daughter. Me being in the bed with my daughter. That's what triggered him. And me telling him that I disagreed when he kept telling me that I was a bad mother. I kept telling him I disagreed. I kept telling him I disagreed. And because I kept saying I disagree, grabbed my throat.
So were y'all in an argument tone, or was just like
No, I was quiet. I was quiet. I never raised my voice.
Okay, so by then was Nairobi subject to the abuse, or you hadn't witnessed no abuse yet with her?
I hadn't witnessed anything yet, but she had told me things that he had done.
Okay.
And when I talked to her about it the next day, she had told me that he had never headbutted her, but that he had slapped her out of a chair before, that he had choked her before, that they actually tussled because she fights back. So.
Okay, so that night that the abuse happened, you said y'all laid on the bed and he had sex with you. And this is the night, you know. Okay, so what was the next morning like?
His toothbrush.
He was just like, "Oh, you got some nut last night. How did you like?" It was like that. Like, how you feel about it? You got some nut that night. How you feel about it? It was like that. But it was still like. But it was still like it wasn't no extra affection or nothing like that after that. That was the last night that I had got anything like that. Other than that, it was.
So you got nothing, and Nairobi's there. Are you crying in the midst of this? What is your? I'm pretty sure you're overwhelmed. What you had just?
I was overwhelmed. I had stopped crying. After that point, I had stopped crying. I wasn't crying anymore. It was like that turned into ecstasy. So it wasn't like redirected energy. You know what I'm saying? But I still was in my feelings about it though. Was definitely still in my feelings. Definitely still in my feelings. Definitely felt degraded. Definitely felt like, nigga, you didn't even deserve this. You didn't even deserve it. Like, definitely felt like that. But I was so afraid. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So was your head hurting? Were you? What was your head?
Very sore. It was very sore. Very sore. Very sore. And up here too. Very sore.
So did y'all have sex right after? How long was it that y'all had sex after this?
That was the last time we did it. Other
No,
than
saying
that,
how long after he hit you did y'all go have sex? Like what was a half an hour later?
It was like 5 to 10 minutes. Within 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because he went in the room and had a conversation with her, and I was still like in the dark, crying up against the wall, couldn't move, stuck. And he came out the room, came and got me, and brought me into the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so he straight up pulled a Jody. He straight up pulled a Jody. It was definitely a Jody. Yeah, she definitely watched.
Okay, so you wake up the next morning. What is it like? You said you get up, it's back to normal routine. And then what happens? Tell us, walk us through the next phases.
Oh my God. Mom, we didn't.
He acted like it never happened.
We didn't even pray today.
We can make up our prayers. You can pray right now. Go ahead.
I need my prayer mat to pray.
You don't need your prayer mat to pray.
I think that's a prayer rule.
It's not a prayer rule.
Okay, so point, do
I
you
pray
have,
every day.
I mean, I know this is personal and bigger than what was the intent to get you pregnant,
Yes.
I would assume. Okay, and the intent was to
Yes.
get Nairobi pregnant, is I assume as well.
Yes.
Okay, so lead us up to metaphor, lead us up
Lead
to
us up to what?
lead us up to now. Like this is weeks going on week 2 that you're in the house. So this is like the last few days that you're in the house now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it like now?
It's the same. So at this point now, I didn't heard them get into it over some money or whatever. I heard, them or whatever, and it's just the same. I'm not feeling like his feelings for me have grown. I'm not feeling like anything is different. I'm not feeling like I'm making any progress. I still feel like the ugly stepchild. But at this point, I now have my routine a little bit together, not all the way together, not to his par, but now Jordan has a schedule. Now I'm starting to kind of get used to, the times in which, he needs his food cooked and he needs, I'm learning a little bit more recipes and stuff like that. So I'm I'm still in the doghouse. I'm still in the doghouse. I'm still the ugly stepchild, but I'm kind of getting adjusted to how they do things, but not fully, but
Okay,
so
so
yeah. Can y'all put my cash up in the comments, please? Thank you.
okay, so okay, by then, everything is going on, everything is happening. Where does it take a hit that you witnessed Nairobi get hit? You said,
No, they was in the basement.
and you heard it.
Yes,
And what did you do? What was your reaction?
I was scared. I
And
was scared.
where was baby girl?
I was in a room with her. So I was playing damage control, trying to make sure that there was music or noise so that she couldn't hear, because literally everything that goes down in that basement, you could hear it from the room, from her room, from Jordan's room. So I just had to make sure that she wasn't hearing anything. So, I was playing music and making sure, she was good, stuff like that.
Okay, so did you call anybody? Did you reach out to any family or friends about this?
So I did, I was in communication with my friends. I did not tell them that they had put his hands on me, but I was letting them know that I wanted to come home.
I like to put these on.
I was letting them know that I wanted to come home, but I didn't let my family know what was going on, because I already knew, niggas would have popped up, and I just didn't want that. So I just don't open that, okay?
I really like to put these
But don't open that, okay? Yeah, we'll do it tonight, but not right now, okay?
today.
Yeah, we'll do it tonight.
Oh, now?
No, not right now.
Well, after dinner?
Yes.
Yes, I do it. And then after we do that, bedtime?
Yes.
So going forward, tell us about what were they arguing about? You said they was arguing about, well, they was talking about money.
Because
About money.
because he was asking her to do something with money, and he was asking her to do something with money, and she just feeling like, well, damn, nigga, when are you gonna pay my bills? When are you gonna pay my bills?
So nobody was
When are you
paying
gonna?
bills in the house?
No, he was paying the rent. He was making sure the lights were on, but as far as our personal bills, like our credit cards, our
I'm
car
talking
notes.
about,
Oh, sorry. As far as our personal bills, like our car notes, our phone bills, stuff like that, that wasn't getting paid. So he was providing the roof over the head, but wasn't paying the bills that we needed.
okay, so wait, did he have access to your account?
I'm sorry?
Did he have access to your account and your money?
Not mine. Hers, yeah. Not my stuff.
Okay, and he
I didn't
didn't
make it
ask.
that long yet.
Oh, okay. So by then, okay, lead us up to he hit her. She's in the basement. Is this at night or is this nighttime, daytime?
This is
It looks like silly. Ow, ow, stop.
I don't remember if it was during the night or during the day that he got into it with her. I don't remember that part.
Okay, but she
If I
remember.
could be
So this
honest.
wasn't like the last day. This was like
But it
how
was
was
when he was
this?
off live, so it was when he was off live, so it could have been either during like lunchtime hours or it could have been at night. I just don't remember.
Okay, and this was the last week that you were there. So how many days did you stay after?
Did I stay after he hit her
Yeah,
or that he did whatever with her?
after he hit
Maybe
her.
3 days. I mean, I don't remember exactly if this was earlier in the week or the middle of the week, but I do remember that was the first time I actually heard them getting into it, because up until that time I thought that they was the perfect couple, even though I knew because of stories that she would tell me they hadn't got into not an argument since I had been in the house. But that was the first argument that they actually had in the house where I realized, oh shit, yeah, he's treating both of us the same way. So it was just like, okay, like, oh yeah, this ain't just oh he loved her and I'm the ugly stepsister. He treat both of us the same way. It ain't no
So
different. The only difference is that she was in the house longer to get used to his meals and to get used to all of that. And that she also has a history of abuse, so she didn't react to the abuse the way I did. I was
got
fearful, and every time I talked to him, I was shooken and I was quiet, and I couldn't get a relationship with him because I was afraid of him. While she's having like a best friend type of relationship with him because she wasn't afraid of him because she'd been through this already.
okay. So during your short tenure, because we're gonna call it a tenure, the damn short relationship. Was there any talk about a third wife coming on or any type of third person?
Yes.
Was y'all in talks? Who?
Yes, he told us. No, I don't know who, but yeah, there's definitely women right now that are very much interested in him. I'm pretty sure y'all will see a second wife in the house not long from now. Who knows? And he definitely told us that we needed to come up with a third wife protocol and all kind of shit. Like all that.
I just showed this to you already.
All that.
One more thing to show you. No, but the video's not over. No, I already.
Can you stop touching my stuff, please? She all up and through my stuff.
Okay.
Why does my mom keep on talking
Okay.
about me in my video? I
So
can't believe it. What?
lead us up to the days that all fell apart. What happened that what happened? Give it to us.
So so that was the day where he had told us basically, well, the day before he had told me that he wanted for me to transfer all my, mind you, I never transferred any of my mail to the house. I had transferred all my mail to my house in Long Beach. And so he told me that he wanted me to transfer all my bank information, all my mail, everything to the house. Thank y'all for the CAs. Thank y'all so much. Um so he had told me that he wanted me to go to the bank. He wanted me to open up a Bank of America account. He wanted me to open up a Chase Bank account. He wanted me to just transfer everything to that address to make sure, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay. The next day, normal routine. They had got into it because she said something along the lines of that he couldn't afford tofu in the live. She was also stressed about money that day. They got into it. And I